Folks, in my 20 years in the league, yes, 2 decades watching the game at its highest level, I've seen a lot of trades, a lot of curveballs, but what I'm about to tell you now, it's on another level. This isn't just a rumor. It's a full-blown football earthquake, and if it happens, it could redefine the entire AFC landscape. I'm talking about something so massive, so unprecedented, that you'll want to strap in and listen closely because what I'm about to reveal has the potential to shake up not only the Bills' future, but the entire NFL. And trust me, I've got sources, whispers, and intel that aren't just smoke. They're fire. This is insider info, folks, and I'm telling you, what's brewing behind the scenes? It's a secret so explosive that once it's confirmed, everything changes. And believe me, I wouldn't say it if I weren't 100% sure that we're on the cusp of history. Be ready, because what I'm about to say, it's going to blow your mind. Now, if you're one of those who's been following the Bills saga, you know the story. The team that once soared to the AFC Championship game, pushed the Chiefs to the brink, and looked poised to finally get over the hump. Well, that era has hit a crossroads. The firing of Sean McDermott, that wasn't just a coaching change. It was a seismic shift, a signal that Buffalo's front office is willing to go all in, even if it means doing something radical. And right now, I can tell you, something big is happening. Something that, if it comes true, could turn the Bills into instant contenders in 2026. But who? What? When? The clues are all there, and I've pieced them together into a narrative that's as compelling as it is shocking. So if you want to be among the first to know the absolute truth, if you want to see how this plays out, I urge you, smash that like button, subscribe, and activate that notification bell now. Because what I'm about to reveal could decide your entire football offseason. People who are in the know, they're saying this is a move so daring, so audacious it could become legend. And only those tuned in now will be ahead of the curve when it drops. Are you ready? Let's go inside the secret world of what could be the biggest trade in NFL history, and how the Buffalo Bills are about to change the game forever. Now, to understand how all of this ties together, we need to dissect the Bills' current situation, what they need, what they lack, and what the window of opportunity looks like right now. And trust me, this isn't just speculation. This is cold, hard analysis based on behind-the-scenes whispers, proprietary scouting insights, and a deep dive into the team's roster, finances, and future plans. Because when a franchise like Buffalo is in a state of flux, post-coaching change, with a superstar like Josh Allen still in his prime, the window opens for something revolutionary. When you look at their roster, their scheme, and the kind of talent they're after, one name keeps popping up. And I'm telling you, this name might just be the game changer. But first, let's do a brutal, detailed breakdown of what Buffalo actually needs to push into that next stratosphere. Because if this deal comes to fruition, it's not just about adding a player. It's about addressing fundamental issues that have haunted them for years. The Buffalo Bills, since their rise into the AFC elite, have been a team with incredible offensive talent, a defense that's tough but inconsistent, and a coaching staff that's been trying to find that perfect balance. But there's been an Achilles heel, an unspoken weakness that's held them back from true greatness: the tight end position. We saw flashes of brilliance, yes, Kincaid's emergence as a reliable target, Dawson Knox's blocking prowess, and some sneaky plays from the versatile rookies like Keon Coleman. But in crunch time, when everything's on the line, that missing piece, the reliable, game-breaking tight end, has been sorely absent. And I'm talking about more than just a possession guy. I mean a mismatch nightmare, a guy who can stretch defenses vertically, dominate in the red zone, and be a true safety valve for Allen when everything breaks down. Why has this been such a glaring issue? Because the offensive scheme, designed to maximize Allen's mobility, requires a tight end who can do it all: block, run crisp routes, and make contested catches. Right now, the Bills' tight ends are good, but they're not elite. And the free agent class next season, let's just say, aside from the top-tier options like Kittle or Waller, the rest are underwhelming, average at best. Buffalo needs something different, something special. That's where this rumor comes into play, the name that everyone's whispering about. And here's the kicker: Cade Otton. Why does that name keep circling the rumor mill? Because, folks, Otton isn't just a middling tight end with some decent stats. No, this guy is a hidden gem, a developmental project who's been underutilized, yet shows flashes of being a true mismatch nightmare. scouting film tells an even clearer story. Let me take you deep into his tape. Cade Otton, at 65, 250 pounds, is a big, athletic, and surprisingly nimble tight end with excellent hands. His route running, it's clean, precise. He can separate at the line and create leverage downfield. His play strength. Noticeably improved from his college days, he fights for contested balls and wins more than his fair share of 50-50s. Watch his tape from Week 18 this past season. He's a different player in December, showing a more refined route tree, better blocking, and 94 yards in one game. That wasn't a coincidence. Multiple analysts have pointed out that Otton's advanced metrics are trending upward. Catch rate over 72%, yards per target over 8 average, and a red zone target share that places him among NFL tight end prospects with true TE1 potential. Statistically, Otton's 2025 season, 59 catches, 572 yards, 1 touchdown, may not jump off the page, but the advanced metrics tell a different story. His yards after catch per reception, top 10 among tight ends. His separation rate, climbing. His contested catch efficiency, improving. For a guy who's been labeled as a block-first, tight end early in his career, his evolution as a pass catcher is undeniable. And it's that evolution that makes him the perfect fit for a Buffalo offense that's sneaky about its passing attack, but desperately needs a tight end who can take over in clutch moments. What's even more compelling? The narrative around Otton's future in Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers are cap-strapped, are eyeing draft prospects like Oregon's Kenyon Sadek as a future replacement, and Otton? Well, he's an unrestricted free agent on the open market. So the question isn't just about his talent, it's about the price. And my sources suggest that if Buffalo pulls the trigger, they could get Otton for a significantly lower price than the market's top-tier TE, probably around $12.5 million APY. That's a steal considering the value he can add, especially given his late-season surge and the scouting consensus that he's poised for a breakout. Okay, so how would a trade work? That's where things get fascinating. Because the Bills, with their high draft capital and salary cap flexibility, could orchestrate a blockbuster that involves draft picks, maybe a day 2 pick or a conditional pick, and salary cap gymnastics. Tampa Bay, facing a roster rebuild with cap pressures, might be willing to ship Otton in exchange for an early day 3 pick plus a future asset. Remember, the salary cap this year is tight, but with the potential release or restructure of veteran contracts like David Montgomery or even some cap maneuvers with players like Knox, the Bills could make this happen without sacrificing core pieces. Who benefits? Buffalo gets a perfect scheme fit, a young tight end with ascending talent, and the chance to unlock their offense even further. Tampa. Well, they get draft capital, cap relief, and the flexibility needed to build a new core, especially if they plan to pivot to a different system or target a veteran quarterback rehab. Now, what about the fit in Buffalo? Scheme-wise, Otton aligns perfectly with the Bills' spread RPO-heavy offense. Josh Allen thrives with tight ends who can stretch the seam and make contested catches. Think of the Derrick Henry-sized difference this would make for the offense. Plus, his blocking, while not elite, is good enough to contribute in the run game, freeing up other weapons like Cook and Shakir. And in terms of comparison, he's akin to a hybrid of what Dallas had with Dalton Schultz or what the Rams envisioned with Tyler Higbee, except with a higher ceiling. Worst-case scenario, Otton doesn't develop as expected, the chemistry takes longer, and he becomes just another good 2 tight end. Best case, he becomes a top 5 tight end in the AFC, a key piece in the Bills' championship chase, and a player Buffalo can build around for years to come. Because talent-wise, the potential is enormous. In conclusion, all signs point to this being a move that could define the offseason. Rumors are swirling. Sources close to the situation hint at an imminent breakthrough. Buffalo is desperate for that final piece, someone who can elevate the offense, provide consistency, and threaten defenses in ways they haven't had since the days of Lee Smith or even Charles Clay. Otton's profile fits that mold perfectly. So here's what to watch for. Keep your eyes on the upcoming NFL scouting combine, where insiders believe Otton's market will be determined by how he tests physically and how teams view his upside. Follow the draft trade rumors. Early reports indicate Buffalo is willing to part with a second-round pick if the price is right. And don't be surprised if, in the coming days, we hear that Otton is heading north, straight to a Buffalo Bills team on the brink of a dynasty. And remember, when a franchise with the Bills' history with the talent they have adds a player like Cade Otton, that's not just a sign of rebuilding, that's a declaration of war. The AFC better watch out, because this isn't just about making a splash. It's about rewriting the entire story of the 2026 NFL season. Stay tuned, because what I'm about to say next may just be the most shocking twist yet. Something that will change everything you thought you knew about this offseason. Trust me, you'll want to be first in line to witness the unfolding legend.